It's EVE Online in 2020. The date is June 15th, which means it is patch day for June. We'll be looking at patch notes for this 18.6 version of EVE Online. I believe it's called, well, the patch is the patch. Is it called Lightning Strikes? I guess it's called Lightning Strikes. Yep, Lightning Strikes now live. I'm here with some friends. You'll see them on the right-hand side, chiming in, talking, and helping go over the patch notes and some of the stuff that we look for in EVE Online every day. Okay, let's get started.
Did someone ping the Fonsui bot?
No, go ahead, ping him. He can't read the whole thing. It's a huge, long dev blog, but he can come in and give us the latest on experiments that have been going on with the new ships on the test server. Let's start, if we can, with the PCU as usual. Looks like 36,000 with a low of 19,000, which is again pretty good. Right now is about 28,500. That's a little low for this time of day. Maybe we'll see that go up. Again, it is a Monday, which is unusual. It's Monday, right? Because normally patch day is on a Tuesday. Interesting. Look at that. Nulli Sakenta continues to grab some systems in cache. Wonder what's going on there. Did they just lose? Maybe they just lost them all. No, they switched them. They gained 14, lost 14. I just don't know what order that's in. Let me look again. Yeah, they lost them. Yeah, 953G, 995. So I don't know what Nulli's up to. Maybe they... I don't know what they're doing. Okay, let's have a look at the most violent systems in EVE real quick, see if we see anything out of the ordinary. Looks like Empire Region is normal with the Forge leading the pack at 2,166, and you have Lone Trek and Metropolis in second and third place. Nullsec regions, Inchmother, some action there, and looks like right around 700 ships destroyed. And then you have in second place the usual characters of Kalevala Expense in second and Delve in third. Let's go right to systems and see if we can dig something up in the last 24 hours. Nope. Ethereum Reach is on top with 233 ships destroyed. And they are part of, that's Horde's staging. But here's Innsmother, and this is probably the two fights that have added up to put Innsmother on one of the top regions for combat in the last day. JTAC-Z and WTAC-M. Both have about 160 to 180 ships destroyed in the last 24 hours. Low-sec systems. Looks like the usual character on top there, Tama, one of the more violent low-sec systems in EVE Online. 410 ships destroyed in the last day. Here's Nulvola. We'll see more of that since it's being invaded by Triglavians, opening up PvP opportunities for players. And then Onin is in third. Most violent high-sec systems. You have Jita on top, which is normal. 539 ships destroyed in the last day. But number 2 is a new invaded system, 2 jumps from Jita, called Sakenta. We talked about that on Friday and then again on Sunday. 339 ships destroyed there. I believe it is full liminality. So the system has dropped down to, I believe, a negative 0.01 or 2, actually, negative 0.2. We'll go look at that. So security-wise, not a good system to be in unless you're there to PvP or to explore. And then number 3 is a Metropolis system that is probably under invasion as well, called Eyggfe. EYGFE. One last thing we'll do is killboards today. Z killboard is where we go for that. Just to find the points of interest, we'll look at things that are over. Under menu, it has categories, and we'll just look at stuff that's over 10 billion at first to see if there's like some big kills that are worth looking into. And we find that an NPC Corporation player lost a obelisk, which is actually just 1 billion ISK freighter. And that came up to 11 billion as far as losses. So we always check the cargo to see like what kind of stuff he was carrying, and if it was a supply run or if it was a guy moving his stuff. And so, yeah, he lost about 9.5 billion. Most of that in various, looks like ingredients to build structures. Blood Raider Satio was defeated in Iridia by Lolseknia Cholupin. Looks like a fraternity Nyx went down to Deepwater Hooligans in Vale. And you had another Nyx go down in Metropolis in the system of Ophi Catalin. That was shot down by Sending Thoughts and Players. That's a funny pun on Sending Thoughts and Prayers. That was owned by Double Time, but he was in an NPC corporation. Okay, on Sunday, we didn't get to talk about June 14th. Yesterday, some of the bigger kills here. I had an obelisk, worth 30 billion or 28 billion. Belonged to Goon Swarm, was killed in 1DQ, which is their commercial headquarters. Let's look inside and see what he was carrying. Blueprints. And more blueprints. Ouch for this guy. It looks like it was a personal or a corporate collection. Yeah, all 26 billion were in, looks like blueprints and a lot of capital stuff, a lot of capital blueprints. Yep.
Another librarian mugging.
Yeah. So that was a Goon Swarm freighter that was downed in their headquarters system 1DQ. 28 billion, yikes. Dracaris loses a Nyx in Delve at Yaw. It's YAW attack. That was killed by Waffles. Dracaris losing another Nyx in the same system. And I think that's it as far as interesting kills. A couple of Fortizars went down in J-Space, as did a Tatara. Looks like Roughnecks was taken out by Unknown. That's probably some kind of eviction. And yeah, that's it. And then June 13th, that would have been Friday after we were off air. The French Connection lost to Fortizar and Fade. I think that was a timer, and they lost it essentially to Conifers in a fleet of over 100 people. Okay. Those are the big kills. We also take a browse at like 5 billion or more, just to see if there's any unusual ships that didn't quite measure up to 10 billion. And nope, here's another freighter for, well, yeah, it's a Nomad. I didn't catch that. It's not a freighter, that's a jump freighter, so it's worth all of 8.7 billion. Therefore, that kill mail is really just the cost of the ship. Jump freighters are expensive. Oh yeah, Vindictive lost a bunch of Rorquals in C5 TAC, Deterid. They lost them to probably Pandemic Legion and Alts, because you have some NPC getting the top kills or top damage on those. That looks like a little fleet of Rorquals taken out probably by Pandemic Legion. All right. Those are the kill boards for now. It's Patchnotes. Take a quick break. 1 second.
You should link it in chat as well, Matt.
Will do. I think I can manage this. Hey, Rebel. I think that's a Rebel who we talked to the other day. What do we have in here? Okay, Lightning Strikes is now live. So Lightning Strikes is the name of the new event. I don't know if it's actually the name of the new event. Let's double check that. No, I think it's called Gathering Storm. That's the new event. But Lightning Strikes is the update. It's getting confusing because they're giving titles to not only their development schedule, but their updates, and then events have their own titles. So it's a little bit confusing as to what we're referring to since everything has titles. But right now, Lightning Strikes is the patch for this month that's come through. And there is an event in that patch called Gathering Storm. So let's just read this. The Lightning Strikes event. Oh God, I just said the opposite. The Lightning Strikes event is now live on EVE Online, coinciding with the end of the Gathering Storm and the release of the Edencom ship line. The Lightning Strikes event will run until 11 UTC on June 29th. So you have about 2 weeks of this event. With secret Upwell covert research facilities in LowSec and parts of NullSec having come under attack and been destroyed by rogue drones, Capsuleers can enter the sites and face off against rogue drones, looting the Upwell tech from the wreckage. So I think you're going to be killing drones, getting some loot from Upwell. That's going to lead to probably ingredients to build these ships. That's an assumption. May not be, but we shall see. There were 3 secret ingredients to the ships that we didn't know what they were going to be. So the New Eden Skybreaker is the frigate, the Stormbringer is the cruiser, and the Thunderchild are the battleships. And those are now in-game. They have a new weapon you should know about called the Arcing Vorton Projector. So yeah, Lightning Strikes now live. That's the event. And the Gathering Storm, I think, was the run-up to the event. But let's look at the patch notes, because this is really what's going to tell you what's here, what's changed. So there's different sections of it. Balancing, events, exploration, implants, and so on. Let's just go through this thing real quick. Some of the stuff, you guys have any highlights on here?
Basically saying that the passive shield hardeners have been rebalanced or has received tier sight, so some name changes, some attribute changes, some resists have gone slightly up, some resists have gone slightly down. And I think that's the majority of the patch notes. Then there's the new ships, and interestingly enough, it has, like, the frigate and the cruiser have no utilities in the high slots, and the battleship only seems to have 1 utility high slot. So compared to the precursors from the Triglavians, the Triglavians rely on armor, the new ones rely on shield. Both have a single weapon system. Both have a turret-based weapon slot, but the Triglavians have more utility slots, and the income ships, except for the battleship, they have none.
Wild. So there's the picture of the Skybreaker up here, the frigate, the Stormbringer, and the Thunderchild. They are finally here. And you'll need to train into them. And then they really only use one weapon, which is the Vorton projector. So you'll need to train that as well with all the damage bonus skills. It's a whole new ship line. It's not just a new ship. So this is a much bigger delivery than just putting in some kind of a new ship. All right, gameplay, removing erroneous basis for web projector, adding fixed 0 point. Graphics, user interface. So what I've heard is they did a few surprises. They sped up the market. Have you guys noticed that? Oh, question, Nick Bison. Before you answer that, Nick Bison asks, are the BPOs seeded? I believe the skills were in last week, but now the BPOs should be in the game now. But I will have to check them out. Let's actually go and look for them.
Well, there was no BPOs for the Triglavian stuff.
Are they based on loot? Let's see. Hold on while I find my game here somewhere. Aha, all right. Yeah, these are different. I mean, Triglavians were alien technology. These are built by Upwell and given to Edencom, so you'd think they would have, let's see, industry, blueprints.
That makes sense because Edencom is native to our universe, whereas the Trigs are not.
Right. But, you know, they may not be looking at it in that way. They may be, let's see, view. Okay, this is how you would build one. We don't want to know that right now. We're looking for information on where the... I guess we can look to see if they're on contract yet. If they're on contract, that may mean that they're... Uh-oh. Number of blueprints exceeded. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see them on well, let's look on the actual market. Just looking for a clue there. There's really only ships, so there's no blueprints for them. Frigates. Yeah, there's no blueprints for them on sale. So yeah, so those probably are going to be, I don't know how they're going to be dispersed. We will have to ask Fonsway. All right. Well, this is really cool. We have yeah, we have the ability now to like show the game without it strobing or anything, and we also have the ability to go back to do group work with you know, we could show the web and then do group work. Discord, let's see. And this is going to allow us to do some really cool stuff in the future. Bring these guys out. So it can be more of like a workshop for these sorts of things. So it's not just me sitting here looking for things or trying to know everything that happens in EVE Online. We'll have guests who can actually talk to things and do stuff. So let's go to some of your questions here and see if we can answer them. Black Sue says, I don't know if he's answering a question there. The unswear for question, it is in event. Yeah, I don't know what that I don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks like, so let's see if we can get some answers here from Nesky says, looks like BPCs are from event sites. Maybe that's how they're first going to distribute them, and then there'll be a different way to get them. Unless those event sites are permanent inside the EdenCom fighting areas. And there is no BPO, so they were all confirming what we just looked at, and yeah, there wasn't a BPO for this thing. So Black Sue says, you will not find a BPO. The only BPC drop from event, probably. And then some people say it could be the LP store. Yeah. The patch needs the patch. So we're hearing from D. Casper. All right. So it is patch day. Go out there and play with the new stuff. See if the event has now started. See if you can find some of the BPOs yourself. Turn that back on.
Can people first get their facial masks?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I don't know if you saw that, but they have new clothing that you can get. One of them
Well,
is a facial mask for COVID.
I just got my facial mask from doing Project Discovery.
Did you find that easy to do? Let's actually do that.
No, it's weird. It's very weird. It's not very intuitive. It's a little bit like the whole cytoplasm debacle. It's like, what the fuck am I actually doing?
All right. Well, if you're looking to get involved in the new Project Discovery, this is the third one they've done. You can find it here on the EdenCom, the Neocom, under Activities. Project Discovery is about the middle of the bracket or the middle of the menu. It's a submenu of activities which comes from Neocom. So if you click on that, you'll see a windowed mini game pops up and you can hit begin. And this guy will give you instructions. I think he's a real life scientist. Or he's modeled after a real life scientist, but actually he's an in-game character from the University of Kaye. And yeah, you can skip the introduction or continue. And when you get in here, it's actually... Is it supposed to be slow, or is this just... wild. So anyway, with Project Discovery, you'll be mapping out... I think you outline these viruses, and this is real data that they're using. They hope to use to advance a cure to the actual, or I don't know, a vaccine, or maybe just something to help you manage through it. The something to help you with COVID disease. And so this is like CCP's attempt to kind of help that effort, which is really, really noble and pressing. So this is not something that's just for fun. It actually has looks for a result from human brains to try to get more information on what can help battle this disease that's all over the world right now. And I think the prizes you get are, would you get a face mask?
Yes, you get a face mask and a cap and all manner of stuff. It's at the bottom as an achievement thing when you actually get past the tutorial.
Start here. Okay. Yeah, so you're outlining the cell. I did it. And I'll hit submit.
Wow. Yeah, you're basically drawing polygons around the area that's fluorescent. So, and then apparently you need to add a number of polygons equivalent to what other people's submissions are. So, yeah, it's a bit like a very clunky Photoshop masking, I'd say.
All right, I'll just do this one and see if I... Oh, what happened there? All right. Did I finish?
No, you haven't drawn enough. It's
Polygons?
expecting you to do more than one polygon. So,
oh, one for each.
Do two on that one.
Got it. So then, so I'm saying there, it looks like there's two cells here, not just one. And now I can submit. It's submitted. All right, cool. So outline these cells, and now this seems like it's pretty... Oh, interesting. My accuracy was off. It seems like it's really simple, and it may be, but I don't know how complicated it gets and how it looks for it. But the reason they do this in EVE Online is because there are certain types of thinking that computers do not do well that humans do much better. And so for those kinds of tasks, they're crowdsourcing players who are very smart from EVE Online to identify with their human brains some patterns that computers aren't able to pick up on. So that's what this sort of project discovery is. And all this research here is going into a university that helps possibly come up with some either vaccines, cures, or mitigation for COVID disease, which is all over right now. So that's the new project discovery. Check it out. There's little prizes that you can get. Okay, accuracy matters. I got it. Has a tutorial, which is what we're showing you now. And that is what is going on there in Project Discovery. All right, well, that's all I got. I'm like running on 3 hours of sleep. So am I red? Didn't even check my color. But check out yesterday's show. We did 2 hours and 15 minutes, mostly with Kenneth Feld on Talking in Station Sunday. We went over industry with Caleb here. And, of course, Kenneth. And then, we talked about the CSM at great length and what it was like to watch that live and some of the things that were good and some of the things that were not so good. So check that out. And we will... Let's actually do a raid real quick. Well, Torvald's on. Let's go see what he's up to. So we'll raid Torvald. You know what the thing about patch notes is? Like, there's not much to talk about because you talk about it all the way up until the patch note hit. Then when it hits, you're like, okay, it's in the game. And if there's no immediate information, there's really nothing to talk about because you did all the talking before. But check out Torvald as he goes through Triglavian space. He is now a CSM member as well, so you can talk to him about anything in the game, and he would probably appreciate that. But here you go. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.